that white stuff?
Icing. Like a Tim Horton donut.
Try what you can. And if it works, it's a bonus. So we're starting to put the curtains down.
Colder, we're just going to keep dropping the curtains. If you drop the curtain, the heaters won't work as much. When it gets colder, they'll have a tendency to eat more.
Good morning, fellow Utopians. I'm Lynn, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. First thing we got up to this morning was putting bedding out for these Dorset ewes. Because we're using old hay, the first thing they do is root through it to see if there's anything worth eating. It's a cold day today, as you can see by their breath, but everyone's looking really good again today. And you see everyone's eating. But there's their buddy, hiding in amongst them. That's Tommy. So because it's been so muddy around here lately and winter's setting in, and last year there was a lot of ice here, yesterday Arnie took what was left of our gravel and kind of spread it in the mucky places or the heavy traffic areas down between the bales there. And we've got a load of gravel coming again this morning so we can put more down. Hopefully that will make things a lot cleaner around here. Because today it's not going above freezing. I think the high is going to be -1, so we also hope to be getting the last of the corn off today. They gotta get their corn now? What's that white stuff?
Icing. Like a Tim Horton donut.
Ah, they'll like that. We almost walked out of the barn after feeding the hay and doing the drinkers without feeding them their grain. We couldn't figure out why they're all screaming at us. They don't forget. Hi, Titty Tat. Hi. How you doing, buddy? Hi. Oh my goodness. Hi, you're hungry again. Okay, we'll try again today with these guys. Hi, so many of you coming out now. There. Hi, would you like a petting? Hi. Hi. Are you guys having fun in there? Down some water. There we go. Some water. Hi. Hi, how you doing? Hi. Oh my goodness, you're really nice. You're really, really nice. Yeah, you're really nice. Yeah. Yeah, you're really nice. Oh my goodness, you're so nice. Yeah, you're so nice. Yeah, you're really nice. And the good news is that the guy with the stones is up and eating right now. But he's still at the feeder. So he's not out of the woods, but he's better than he was yesterday. So this is him. He's still, you can still see he's straining. So we'll give him some more vinegar. I mean, you try what you can. And if it works, it's a bonus. And if it didn't work, at least you tried. But he is definitely brighter, so they can pass the stones little by little if they break up, and that is the point of the vinegar. If there's big stones, it breaks them up so that hopefully they can pass them. We treated them again today. Hopefully that will help dissolve the buildup a little bit more, and hopefully tomorrow we come back and he's peeing. And like I said, today is a really cold day, so we're starting to put the curtains down. So in this barn, we're just gonna roll the north side down. That's where the cold wind comes from. But we'll leave the south side open for now, because it's not brutally cold. And the problem, this is the first coverall we put up, the first big one, and the curtain spreads the whole length of the barn, and we wouldn't recommend that. Our newest coverall has a split in the curtain right down the middle. The long span is way too hard on the curtain, and it doesn't give you nearly the flexibility. But it's frozen, so Arnie can only get it that far down. So he's got to wait and hope that it thaws a bit.
So there's the curtain down. So that curtain covers 1/4 of the barn. So on both sides there's 2 curtains. We're going to leave that one up tonight, but that one's down. We're probably never going to wind it up for the rest of the year now. It's going to stay down. So shortly all the curtains will be down on all the walls. The first barn we built, the curtain was in one piece. There's a seam right there. The curtain was in one piece, but we found the curtains divided in half with a lot more control, whatever you want to do with the temperature. So you can, I'm here, you're not. But when you stand here right now, there's actually no draft at all. It's just dead quiet. So it's actually a nice environment. And if the sheep are cold, they'll lay in this section here tonight. And if we have a warm day, there's a winch inside. So this is called the two-way curtain. So in the summertime, you wind it up from the bottom, you wind it to the top, under the eave, and you keep it out of the weather all summer long. In the fall, you drop it down. And the reason why it's called a two-way curtain, because you can operate it both ways. So in the summer, it goes up and it stays up. And in the fall, when it's down, you can actually open it up. So if Lynn comes here in the morning and says, gee, it's kind of warm today, Arnie, and we want a little more ventilation. So where you really want the ventilation is on top of the curtain. You don't want the ventilation on the bottom. You want it on the top. There's no draft for the sheep. And all what you're going to do is, I'm going to try to do this with one hand here. You're going to, hang on a second. So, all what you're going to do is wind this winch down, and that cable will drop. See, and you can lock it. So now there's a whole 1/2 a foot open on the whole curtain, and you can do that during the day when it's too warm, and at night when it gets a little colder. If you have a snowstorm, maybe you don't want no snow in the building, you're just going to wind it up, and now it's sealed up for the night. So there's no motor or nothing on it, because some of these curtains you can get actually motors on them with a thermostat that moves it automatically on its own. We didn't want to get involved with that much technology, so we kept it real simple. But if you're a small farmer and you're just putting up a coverall, it's actually an extremely simple way to control the climate in the barn. So that curtain is done for the whole year. It'll never go back up for the year because it's almost the 1st of December. So we know for a fact that bad weather is going to be setting in. I'm just going to do one quarter tonight, and these curtains are just going to stay up. As it gets colder, we're just going to keep dropping the curtains. But the sheep do like a cold environment better than if it's too warm. If it's too warm in the barn, you're going to get some lung problems. And we, knock on wood, we never have any lung problems. So, oh, I'm thinking that sheep's got an overbite. Get away from me. It's going to be extremely cold tonight. So this is another curtain that went down. I'm not in love with this curtain. It actually works on instead of using a cordless drill, it actually uses a winch. So you just turn this winch and you roll it up, and you turn the winch down and it rolls it down. I'm okay with it. The cordless drill is a little nicer. When I put this curtain up, I didn't have a cordless drill, so maybe that's why it has a handle on it. Drop that curtain tonight. A little warmer for the Dorsets. I don't think it's a problem, but it is that time of year. And an old farmer tale. You know how we know it's going to freeze tonight? Because of that right there. Do you see it? The little round dot is almost a full moon. Full moon, coldest day of the month. Always happens. This curtain here didn't come loose today. It's frozen. It just has a little bit of water in it. But the first warm day we have, it'll come loose. I can check it right now, but I'm probably not going to alter it because, yeah, it's just, so it's got some water in the curtain here. And it's a little froze up. Probably should have rolled it down earlier and got the water out of it. But the first day we have a little bit of sun, that curtain will come free and it'll just fall down. It's just something you gotta manage. So, I just told you we just dropped that curtain in the front of the barn there. It's a small curtain. And the other 2/3 is on a separate curtain. And I just dropped it because it's actually quite cold in here tonight. It's freezing pretty good. It's freezing ice right now. And these sheep will be able to lay behind the curtain if they want to. If they don't want to, they're going to lay over there. And the reason why I'm starting to drop the curtains right now is because these waterers right here have a heater in them, and with the curtains open, it's so cold in here that those heaters are continually working to keep that water lukewarm. So if you drop the curtain, the heaters won't work as much, so you might save a little bit of hydro. It's not really a big factor, but there is a point when it just gets so cold, you might as well start dropping the curtains. So we dropped that one right now, and I'm probably going to go outside and I'm going to drop that one on that side too. It's a little small curtain, and it just gives the sheep a little bit of an option where they want to lay tonight. It's not that it's too cold. The sheep actually love it cold, but just gives them that option to lay where they want to lay. And there's one thing you gotta say about cold weather. Sheep get a fantastic appetite. Well, it makes sense, eh? They're actually cold out, so they want to keep warm, which they have lots of wool, so they are keeping warm. But you know what it is. When it gets colder, they'll have a tendency to eat more. And they're extremely hungry tonight, but they have hay all night long, and they just got a little bit of grain. I think this breeding group here is only getting about is only getting about 3/4 of a pound of grain a day. So we're not feeding them a lot of grain, just giving them a little bit, keeping them toned up. And when you feed grain, you can actually see which sheep is not feeling well, if there is one at all not feeling well. And you can see in the barn right now, everybody feels great. Everybody's up to the manger. So it just gives you an indicator that everybody's okay and there's no one ill tonight. So, got my drill with me. It is ice cold out here tonight. So I'm going to give these lambs a little bit of a break tonight. I'm going to drop another curtain down because I'm ice cold too. This curtain right here, we're going to drop down. And I'm going to show you another curtain that we're dropping down. Got the drill with me. We're just going to go up like this. I'm just going to turn it around here. There we go. So we're just going to put it up in here. I just ran a little drill. So there's another curtain down. It's just tied down here. Just to make sure it's locked in place. It'll give them a little bit of an option tonight to stay a little warmer. So just drop down that half. That half I'm going to leave open for another day. Like I say, sheep like it warm. But this drinker here, oh, I think that drinker is overflowing. I'm going to just check to see what happened. Lynn cleaned him out this morning. Maybe she hit the floater a little bit. And it's running over. I'm just going to give me a second here. We're going to check this. Hey, girls. Yeah, they're out of hay tonight. And they're going to let me know. Hey, girls, come on. So this drinker is overflowing. Just going to see what's wrong with it. So I think what happened was there's a little floater there. When Lynn washed it out this morning, that little float got caught in the bottom and it was just overflowing. So when I spoke there a few minutes ago about dropping the curtains because these drinkers have a thermostat on them, so they're heating the water, keep them from freezing. And when I say it's not really warm water, it's still cold, but it's not ice cold. It's kind of got a little bit of a warm tint to it. So that's the way those drinkers work. Yeah, these guys are unhappy. Well, I better feed them. So it's been 2 days with the corn in the bin, or the third day the bin's full. And this is the part that Lynn hates about my drying system. We're going to turn this girl on, and it's deafening. So that's a 10-horse motor. And it's got vents in the roof. So what we're basically doing is we're just putting forced air through the bin to keep it cooled down. And once it starts freezing, it's basically going to just freeze up. And by the spring, it'll be half gone. And it should be no problem. We've done this for 15, 20 years, and it just saves me the drying costs. I guess you can measure how much hydro you have to use to ventilate it. But the problem is, if I dry it, I have to truck it away, dry it, bring it back. So I'm just going to save all the trucking costs right now. So I'm going to go up to the top and see if there's any heat at all coming from the bend. So you can most of the time smell it a little bit, but there's no heat at all coming from it. So it's not acting up yet. It was 20% moisture, so it's going to heat eventually. But I'll just keep looking at it after every day, and just keep ventilating it out until it starts to freeze up, and then it'll be fine. So I guess we're having on Monday we're going to have a car tour come through here. 65 people from Quebec will be coming through here on a bus. So all day today, to make it look like we're not a messy, dirty farmer, we were cleaning up mud, laid down all new gravel, and make the place look a little bit more attractive, that people don't think we're just a couple lowlifers. So I got all the mud scraped off here today. So the problem with our barnyard here, it's actually quite flat, and it really should be paved or all cemented, but that would cost me like $50,000, which I really don't have right now. So basically, what I have to do once or twice a year, I scrape off all the mud, and I just lay down a little layer of gravel to try to keep it clean. And that's what I've been doing today. All day today. They got the wagon out in the field. The gravity box, they got it out. And I think tomorrow it's going to be -7 tonight. We think the mud will be frozen up, and we're going to combine the rest of the corn tomorrow and get it finished up, I think. But anyways, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Like I say, I was cleaning the yard all up. I ran out of gravel, so I think I might order a little bit of gravel. Probably going to do it tomorrow, maybe. But it's hard to tell, but I ordered a load of gravel this morning, and I graveled the entire yard for before winter. And yeah, we have a bus tour coming in here on Monday, I think, so it'll be a little drier for him. So we got our milk replacer in already, in case we have some bottle lambs. And we got our colostrum for the newborn lambs. So we do something that maybe a lot of other people don't do. We every lamb that's born, we're busy. We'll give it the first feeding with colostrum from the pail, and then after that, the lamb's on the mother. So we got the colostrum ready. We're going to try a new system out for watering the sheep in the jugs. We bought those hoses that swell, that shrink down. Remember? I don't know if people know about those hoses. So those hoses will be hooked onto this tap here. And we're hoping that this year we'll have the pails in the jugs. And instead of carrying water, we're hoping to just use the hose and bring the hose out to the jugs and just fill up the pail with the hose. We think that's probably a lot easier than bringing the pails back and forth, back and forth. Anyways, I'm just going to clean up a few things before supper, and I'll be talking to you later. This is my new door. Remember that? We put our grain in the shed to heat our house. And this is what I do every day. I have a little platform here in the ground, and I just go like this. And Lynn has a warm house for tonight. And I'm just going to carry this pail of grain to the house for tonight. There we go. That's going to heat the house tonight. 2 pails. That's it tonight. Lynn went to the neighbors to have a little woman get together with a few of the women from the neighborhood. So I kept working today. And I'm going to see if she's home or not. So that's it for this evening. I hope you had a good day. Subscribe or like us. It supports Lynn a lot. Because Lynn does all this. I'm just doing a little bit of it. It's Lynn that does everything. So Lynn loves the support a little bit. Keeps her going. And have a good night. And I guess Lynn will be talking to you in the morning. Bye.